In today's episode, I take a big risk by camping under the stars, fully exposed to nature. To say I felt a little bit vulnerable would be an understatement. But first, I have to wait for people to leave the beach before setting up camp. So this is the beach that I like to call my private beach, my secret beach, because I don't normally tell people where it is. But there's people here, there's quite a few people here. I saw a sign as I was walking down that said, "No camping on the beach." So I've got a few options. Option number one is I camp on here. It's fairly flat and it's not on the beach. Option two is I don't pitch a tent that I've got in my bag and I just sleep on the sand in my sleeping bag. Technically, that's not camping, I'm just sleeping on a beach. I originally wanted to use my van this weekend to try out my roof deck for the first time, but unfortunately it's in the garage getting an oil leak fixed. So it's just me and my backpack. So if I'm gonna get away with this, I need to wait until everyone else is gone before it looks like I'm gonna be sleeping here for the night. I can still cook my dinner, chill out, have a couple of beers, eat my dinner, and then, there's no way of anyone knowing that I'm actually gonna stay here. Cheers. The meal we've got for tonight is another Irish stew. See, the reason why I normally choose a stew when I come on these things is because it's got a bit of everything in it. It's got meat, potatoes, veg. I am fully aware that I probably should be cooking with a saucepan and not a frying pan, but as I said, the van's in the garage and most of my stuff is in the van, and I hadn't planned. I was hoping to have it back from the garage by now, but they're just taking a little bit longer than I thought. So you've got to make do with what you got, really, haven't you? Oh, you're having a bubble bath. I suppose rule number one when you come camping, always bring a tin opener, because I bought this especially because it was one of those ones that you don't need a tin opener, so it's got like a little pull thing on it, but the pull tab's broke. So all that means is it's going to be very difficult for me, unless I can fix it, to get this open now. Sake. I might be going hungry tonight. I do have a tin opener. I do have a knife as well, which would have helped me get into this. But again, it's all in the van. We will never know how good you are unless I can use my survival skills and work out how to get into this. But with nothing sharp around me, I've got no idea. This whole trip tonight is turning out to be a complete disaster. Ugh. Now, well, I've got it open. Are you getting that? Oh, it's all over the camera as well. So I managed to get into it. Got into it, it's on my rock. Bit everywhere. It's on my sunglasses. What a nightmare. Ah, a bit of... Oh my god, it's all over my t-shirt. I've got to sleep in this tonight. Don't have to get myself into some scrapes. Right, that's my bin bag. It's a poo bag. I'm not planning on pooing out here. So I'm going to have to be in the rest of this video with all this stuff down my t-shirt. Apologies. I cannot leave this here because it might attract rats or anything. So I'm going to go wash it off in the sea. On. Well, that's a nice sound, isn't it? You better be worth it, lamb stew. Why do I always turn it the wrong way? You would have thought that I would have got used to that by now. Right, moment of truth. It's not bad. Yummy. Now I'll be honest with you, I've got the essentials. I've got my beer. I've got loads of water in my pack here. I brought my wetsuit as well, just in case I want to go in the sea and it's too cold and I'm feeling like a wuss. And I actually brought a pillow as well this time, because last time I did this, I brought that Halford's pillow with me and it wasn't fit for purpose, so I actually brought a pillow this time. But as I'm not going to pitch a tent, I might just use my camera bag as a pillow for tonight. I just hope I don't get eaten alive by those sandflies. Okay, I think the people that are over here are leaving. I see they've got backpacks on. You probably can't see that, it's too far away. But anyway, the people over there are leaving. We've also got other people with backpacks. It's a bit of a pass through this beach on the southwest coast path, so that's why, there's normally quite a bit of traffic here. But I suppose, just say you were walking the southwest coast path and you were like, oh, we'll just camp on that beach. If you didn't come the way I came, there's probably no signs that says no camping on this beach. So those people with backpacks have just sort of dropped their backpacks there and gone for a little walk. I really hope that they've not had the same idea as me, because I wanted to be down here on my own for the entire night. It'd be more fun. But to be fair, if they do camp up there and they pitch a tent or anything like that, and anyone does come down, it might actually keep people away from me. Or I could pitch my tent and say, well, there are other people camping down here, so I just thought it would be alright. Okay, I've got to share this sky with you. Look how beautiful that is. Is it really bad that I flew my drone over those backpackers, 2 girls, just to make them feel uncomfortable so that they didn't spend the night here? They're moving on now, so now that I think that I've alienated everyone and made them feel like they need to leave, there is still a guy down there fishing, but he's not bothering anyone and I'm not bothering him, so I'm going to set up camp in a minute. Yeah, I just thought I'd go for a little wander. So looking at this sort of seaweed line that we've got here would tell me that should be pretty much the highest the tide's going to come up tonight. So if I'm going to be sleeping over there, I should be fine. However, I did see on the news over the last couple of days that because of the full moon that we've been having, there's some sort of larger moon at the moment, that we are expecting higher tides, but the tide's going out now. I think the tide's probably going to be at its highest again at about 4 AM. So that'll probably be the time that I wake up with wet feet. I don't have any internet down here either, and sometimes it's just nice just to cleanse your mind of all that social media and come out to places where there is no internet. So I did bring my favourite book of all time, Into the Wild. The way I see it is, if Christopher McCandless can sleep under the stars, then why can't I? I think it's about time I got that really uncomfortable mattress out and my sleeping bag. Sun's starting to go down. I think I spoke too soon about those 2 girls. They're pitching tents, but they haven't got this set up. This will be my home for the evening. Sleeping bag, a really uncomfortable airbed, and my camera bag as a pillow. They're obviously hardened travellers, that aren't afraid to stay on a beach where there's a strange man that keeps flying a drone and talking to himself in a camera. further on down the beach. Alright, let's try the, see how comfortable this is. Is it any more comfortable than the last time I slept on it? No, is the answer to that. If it wasn't for the fact that this sand gets everywhere, I would probably just sleep on the beach in a sleeping bag. So I am going to get ready for bed. I'm going to have my last beer, I'm going to get my head torch on and start reading my book. That's pretty much all I can do. It's starting to get dark very quickly. And just like that, as I'm like, yep, it's time to go to bed now, more people are coming down to the beach and walking. I understand why they don't want people camping on the beach, and it's because, you know, it happens a lot at the moment where people spend the night at the beach, they camp down here, and they leave loads of litter everywhere. They have fires that scorches the sand, and they just end up just leaving their tents behind, and that's not being responsible, and that's something that I would never do. You always have to leave no trace. Hello. So I'm currently just chilling. I was reading my book, and then some other people turned up, and now I don't know if you can see that over there, but they've got a campfire going. Cornwall is so dry at the moment, like you cannot be having campfires. I mean, it might even be in like a little fire pit or something, I'm not sure, but it's very irresponsible. I don't agree with it. Yeah, so other than the other people that are down here, it's just me, the crickets, or whatever they are, the waves, and there's a few bats flying over as well. I just hope the bats don't shit on me in the night. So I'm just like literally laying here, minding my own business, and then just there, you know, I mean, it never shows up on here very well, but that's the moon, and it's like red colour, really random. Okay, so it's me again. I think I'm going to get some sleep now, but I've just literally turned all the lights off, and you can literally just look up, and it's quite it's quite surreal actually, like how well you can see the stars. It kind of reminds me of this time that when I was traveling in Australia, I slept in the outback under the stars like this, but obviously you could see everything because there was so little light pollution there. But here, you know, I can see some stars. I can also see a lot of clouds, and even though they've not given rain, there are thunderstorms coming at some point. So if it starts raining in the night, I'm going to be very exposed to the water. I don't mind getting wet, but I've got a lot of camera gear with me, so fingers crossed it doesn't rain. But anyway, I'm going to get some sleep. I'll see you in the morning. Good night.
Close your eyes, get some rest. I'm by your side, lay your head on my chest. I know you've had a really bad day.
Morning. Excuse my hair. This is what happens when you sleep rough. Look at this, look. It's currently like 6 AM roughly, about 6:15, something like that. I'll get up in a minute and go for a little swim. I'm not sure like I need to warm up first though. It's probably the first night in weeks that I've not been boiling hot when I've been asleep, so it's been quite nice. wait to have a shower in the morning. Ooh. Still not brave enough to go in without a wetsuit. Those were the people with a fire last night. And the two girls that turned up were in two separate tents. Breakfast. Considering I thought this little adventure would be a disaster, with the van being in the garage, not being able to camp on this beach, and the explosion of my dinner last night, I'm glad I stuck it out, because this was probably one of the most memorable nights that I've had. Just regularly started waking up and it's just seeing different parts of the evening. You know, whether it was the moon coming up into the full height of the sky and pretty much just illuminating the whole beach. The amount of shooting stars that I saw. I had some weird dreams as well. I dreamt that there was like a festival down on the beach, and I was literally sleeping here and people started turning up and they set up a stage with loud music and everything. And then I woke up and then it was peace and quiet and there was absolutely no one here. So surreal. The problem with camping on the beach is sand gets everywhere. At least it's not like really fine sand though, because that would just be a nightmare. That's it, all packed up. And let's just have a look at our little campground to make sure that I haven't left anything. So just a little bit of water where I tipped my kettle out. But other than that, there's absolutely no way of knowing anyone was there. Leave no trace. Alright, and I've just realised that I haven't got a dry bag for my wetsuit, so I'm going to have to carry that out of here. So I'm going to put the camera away now. I'll see you on the next adventure. Next time on the channel, I share with you a video that I've wanted to share for months. I'm really looking forward to you seeing this.